Hello everyone and welcome to my new video. Today we're gonna talk about my interface, all the add-ons I'm using that are part of the interface and how to set all of them, and just to mention that this video is focused more on PvP. Also, I'll try to be as short as possible, giving some main infos about settings, not gonna go deep. So let's get started. We're gonna start with UE add-on because it affects interface the most. I've chosen ShadowedUI, I've been using it in the Wrath of the Lich King, Dragonflight and now SoD. Firstly, I use it because it's very clean, simple and very adjustable. By default, your enemy frames are in the top left corner, and most of players in general, not only PvPers but PvPers too, are moving these frames around the middle of the screen. I've been playing with default settings when I started for like 1 year and I made a change. I can tell you that having HP bars in the middle is just much better for tracking all the things that are happening. And now I'll explain why. I adjusted my ShadowedUI, that way I can easily track health, resources, buffs on the bottom side and debuffs on the left side of the bar, and combo points on target. It's distracting and time wasting to do that if your frames are dead far from your eyesight. We move them by opening settings and unchecking the lock frames. Set them wherever you like, they can be like mine, or you can set it like this, or move it here, literally anywhere you like. I love to keep it this way, one above other, because of debuffs on me and my target. When you set the position, you can adjust the size of the frame, color of the bars, you can set health to be pink color for example, or green, I don't know. Then you can adjust buffs and debuffs. You can see that I set buffs under me and moved debuffs on the left side of the frame so they are completely separated. You are doing that by clicking frame you want to change, for example player, and then auras, debuffs, positioning, position left, and you can adjust the number of debuffs you want to be displayed per column. You can do that for each frame, player, target, party, focus and so on. There is much more options, so you can feel free to experiment, but these are the main. Next to add-ons that also have huge impact on interface are ThreatPlates and NamePlateAuras in combination. ThreatPlates are showing enemy plates, that's how we can see their Healthbars in combat, and NamePlateAuras are showing all the effects I need above their heads, like my bleed effect, sunfire, fairy fire and all the dots you see. Solution for these two add-ons is Plater add-on that does both jobs in same time, but I just can't stand how this add-on looks like on default set. Everything is just too messy, buffs are overlaying with name, with Healthbar, I just don't like the look. I tried to fix it for hours and the best I did is on my Rat Hunter, where a lot of guys wanted to copy my profile. But I just didn't have the power to do it all over again in SoD. ThreatPlates is also adjustable add-on with a lot of options. By default it has some annoying look and I needed about 2 hours to set it like I wanted to be, but there is plenty of options, and also has a casting bar under the enemy which is crucial and much better looking. NamePlateAuras show debuffs on enemy head, and I must admit that I have problems with this add-on because it doesn't have updated version of SoD. For example, I couldn't ever track the pawn stun, I couldn't track dispersion from priest, evasion and some more things. Even though I can add these abilities manually, they just don't show. Not sure if any add-on could track these in SoD. Maybe WeakAuras, but that would be a hell of a job to make. I just mentioned WeakAuras, and that's the next add-on we're gonna cover. This is an add-on I'm mostly using to track my own abilities like Berserk, Survival Instinct and Box Skin. It's very important to have an eye on Survival Instinct duration because when it expires you can drop to 1 HP and die. That's why I made this one pink around my character so I can't miss it. That way you can track duration of any buff proc that happens on your enemy target. I have very simple WeakAuras and you make them just by clicking new aura and pick icon to look like these two, or progressive texture to make it like Survival Instinct one. Then you go for a trigger tab and set the name or ability ID you want to track when it occurs. For example, I have similar WeakAura for my mage for Fingers of Frost when they proc. Like I said, that way you can track enemy cooldowns too, and in the moment of making this video, I will finally make WeakAura for dispersion to track it down on enemy players. You open add-on, go for new aura, go for icon for example, go for unit to be target instead of player, and type the name of aura, dispersion, and click enter. Set the position where you want. That way you can track evasion on rogues and literally any other buff on enemy player, so you can use your defensive cooldowns when needed or to kite down some huge cooldowns. Next essential PvP addon is LoseControl, definitely classic addon that you should always have. It shows CC made on you in the middle of screen, which size or position you can adjust. Your eyes are always in the middle, that's why we want to have our frames and now our CC all around the same place. Everything is so close that we just can't miss it. Not much to talk about, you just unlock it here, then you click on the player and you can adjust the size and position, and you can choose what type of CC you want to be shown, what not. I used to use Quartz in Wrath and it was insane addon that shows our and enemy cast bar. Our weapon swing timer, I could adjust the size, the look, and that's why I installed it in SoD too, but it didn't work in phase 1. Maybe they fixed it since then, I didn't try because I get used to ClassicCastBars meanwhile. It shows spell that you and your target are casting, cast time, and you can move it around whenever you want. Nothing more to add, you need this casting addon like this. Another addon, which is used a lot in PvP, is ItemRack. It's addon that allows you to switch gear sets entirely with one click or to switch each gear piece manually. Depends from class to class, but a lot of classes need this addon, especially in Season of Discovery and new runes on 7 gear slots. Creation of gear sets is easy, just choose item for that set manually and click save, and then bind it on whatever button you would like to change your set on. And you can make 10 of these sets on different buttons. For this thing here, you just click Alt button plus left mouse click on any item you would like to make shortcut of. For example, ring, feet, chest, and they will stick together and you can move them around. That way you can react fast and switch your needed gear and rune for any fight and engage. Next important addon is OmniBar. It's addon that show enemy used cooldowns. Problem with this addon is that I can't find any updated SoD version of this. With all the new abilities added, I need to track down Shadow Sap so badly on rogues and there is no such option to track it down. However, it can still help with those original abilities. I don't know if any of you know some addon that tracks all the new abilities in SoD, please write down in the comment section. There are some other minor addons I've been asked for, like range display, which could be really good addon to have if you're a caster or hunter so you can kite in the most effective way. I'm using it on Feral in first place to track warrior's charge range to put him into a dead zone when I root them. Then we have Diminishing Return addon to track your stun, polymorph, fear, Diminishing Return. Then we have Spy, which is addon mainly made for world PvP to track enemies around you. Extended character stats to see more detailed stats like critical strike and hit rating in first place, and some more. And I think that would be more or less everything I got. I should definitely make some more WeakAuras for specific enemy abilities to track use of them, but I'm too lazy. I pretty much run over these addons, so if you need some help, let me know in the comment section. Thanks, and I hope it will help you. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel.